Hi everyone. So I am back for another video today. I have been getting a lot of questions of people asking me about what diet I feed my sugar gliders. And because diet is such a controversial topic, I was waiting for a while to make this video just because I have been trying a few different diets that were all on the what's the word? I wouldn't say certified, but all on like the approved diet list for sugar gliders. So I've tried. First, I did TPG. Then I did Critter Love, which is the most recent one I've done. But today I'm going to be trying the BML, just because I've heard the BML is like a really balanced diet for them, and they also really enjoy it. I have heard some things that people say that it smells pretty bad just because of the baby food, the chicken baby food. So we'll see how that goes. But as long as my gliders like it, I don't really mind. It's gonna go in the freezer anyway because I'm gonna make enough for. I want us to make enough for at least like 2 weeks. So right now I'm outside of Walmart and I'm about to go get all the stuff that I need to make it. You need, I think it's honey. There's eggs. There's mixed fruit juice. There's the Gerber baby food in it, the chicken flavor. There's wheat germ. There is baby cereal, like it's like dried baby cereal. And then there's 2 types of calciums that I also have to purchase. I went to PetSmart before I started filming this, and I realized that they didn't have it there. So I called ahead to a Petco that's about 20 minutes away from where I live, and they said they did have it. The lady said that they had 1 of the pink label and 3 of the blue label. So I was like, please, 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 please hold on to the pink label for me because there's only 1, and I'm for sure going to come get it because I need it for my gliders. So yeah, that's pretty much all the ingredients that go in there from off the top of my head, but I'm going to check my list and see what else I have to get. But a lot of things I already have at home, and it's only going to be a few things I need to get from inside of Walmart. So I'm going to skip that and fast forward the video to when I'm actually making the BML. So then you guys won't have to sit here and watch me shop at Walmart because I'm sure that's not going to be the most entertaining thing to watch. But yeah, I'm switching to the BML. The Critter Love worked pretty well for them. Their coats were really soft and they ate the majority of it. But it's just the Critter Love, the powder that you get with it, you mix it with water, which is easy. But then you also have to feed them a specific salad regimen that goes with it. Like, there's like 5 different salads that you can choose from, and each of them has specific things, and they're kind of hard to find some of the things in them. Like, one of the salads calls for dandelion seeds. Not dandelion seeds, sorry, like dandelions, like the stalks or the roots, and I don't really know a place to get those near me, unless I went to like a Whole Foods or something like that. But there's not too many options like that, so I would rather get something that's pretty convenient to make, but also I know that they'll like, just because I've heard a lot of great reviews on how Shuggies react to eating the BML, so I thought I'd go with that. And I was doing TPG when I first got gliders, but TPG is no longer an approved diet, so I'm gonna leave that in the past. And plus it's a lot of sugar. I realized that from what people were saying, and also from what I was putting in it. I was like, wow, there's like a lot of sugar in this. And sugar, it's good for them because they can get energy when it's natural sugars, but over time it could make them fat and also give them teeth problems, which give them abscesses. And you'll know when your glider has an abscess because they'll be acting like their mouth is bothering them a lot of sneezing, a lot of like hand on the face, and also their eyes will sometimes become more bulged out because the abscesses will hide within their cheeks. So it's important to make sure you're not giving them a diet with too much sugar, even though they are called sugar gliders. They do need veggies and more wholesome fibrous foods, so it's important for them. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to fast forward this video into when I am making the BML, but I also might do a little video when I get in the pet store, just because that's always fun. So if you want to figure out or see my process, or the only process on how to make BML, then keep watching this video. Back home from the grocery store, and I got all the ingredients you need here to make the BML. So right here we have the Gerber baby food. It said that they preferred fruit flavors in like the rice kind, so I got the banana apple. And here's wheat germ, apple juice, mixed fruit juice, whole plain yogurt, 2 Reptical calciums, the pink label as well as the blue label. We got the Gerber chicken baby food. You have eggs, because it calls for 1 hard-boiled egg for the recipe. Regular honey, not raw or unfiltered, just regular honey. And yeah, I am going to blend it all together and show you guys how I do that process. I have some measuring things here and a scale to weigh like the ounces of how much yogurt I need. But besides that, it's all going to go into a blender. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. Okay, so to get started, I have the honey, apple juice, and the hard-boiled egg. So the recipe calls for 1/4 cup of apple juice. I'm going to take the apple juice. And to mix this all together, I'm going to be using my blender. So we got 1/4 cup. Alright. And then it says 1/2 cup of honey. Just a 1/2 cup. And I have them in here with me right now, hanging out. Making so many happy chirpy sounds. I don't know, you can't really hear them, but they're chirping their little faces off. They're so happy. Right, Raji? So yeah, okay. So it says 1/2 cup of the honey, and it's good to make sure you use regular honey, not raw or unfiltered. That's what the recipe says, so we're gonna go with the regular kind. And I'm just gonna pour this into here. This. So much honey. Alright, gonna pour that in there. It looks yummy. So much honey. Okay. So we gotta wait for that to drain to go up in there. Get all of this on the side. I might get a spoon or something. Maybe use my finger, to be honest. And I washed my hands before I did this, so. Let's see if they want to get some honey. Raj is loving this so much. He's like, ooh, yum, yum. Alright. Okay, so now that I have the honey and the apple juice mixed in here, not mixed, but into the blender, now you add the single hard-boiled egg. And they say you mix this part of it together until it's blended smooth, and then you add the other thing. So I'm going to do that part now. Alright, so now that we have the honey, the egg, and apple juice mixed together, blended smoothly, this is what it looks like. Doesn't smell awesome. Doesn't look great, but it's smooth, and that's what it calls for, so we're good on that. So the next step is to combine the mixed fruit juice, 2 ounces of whole plain yogurt, and then a tablespoon of the blue calcium, but it calls for, not tablespoon, I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons of the blue Rep Decal calcium. This you can get from Petco. I went to PetSmart, they didn't have it, so I drove to Petco to get it instead. So it calls for the 2 ounces of the plain yogurt. I have that here. I scaled it out on a little kitchen scale. So I'm just going to add it in there. And when I was using the honey, I didn't really get all of it. So I'm going to use a knife this time to make sure I get every little bit in there. Because you don't want to waste any. And also it calls for a specific amount. So you want to make sure I get what they need in there for them. Okay, so got that. 2 ounces, so got the fruit juice, getting it 2 ounces. Yep. All right, now I'm pouring it into the blender. That was like 1.5 ounces, so I'm gonna put in a little bit more. There's that. Perfect. And then it says 2 teaspoons of the blue Herptivite Rectical calcium. You don't want to skip this step or use any substitutes because this is one of the most important parts of this diet. It's what makes sure they have enough calcium and vitamins so that they don't get any leg problems or paralysis, which is common when the diet is not balanced enough or doesn't contain enough calcium or vitamins specific to them. So add 2 of those in there. And then it says from that point to blend it. So we're gonna do a little blending. Alright guys, so now we have it all blended up like this. This is what it looks like thus far in our process of doing it. And I realized when I was reading the instructions I read them wrong. Apparently it's 2 of the pink and 1 of the blue. So I did 2 of the blue, which won't harm them. More calcium will not do them any disservice. But for next time, I'm definitely only just going to use the 1. So now we're going to use 2 of the pink. So 1 teaspoon and another teaspoon. Making sure it's like level scoops of this, so I don't want to overdo it. Okay. 2 and 2, even though it should have been 2 and 1, but it's okay. 2 and 2 this time. Then from this point, we also add the 2 jars of the Gerber baby food, which apparently this is the part that makes it really stinky. This is what people say is like the gross part about it. It's really not bad. Like, I don't love it, like I wouldn't eat it. So, if that tells you anything, but it doesn't smell awful. Put this in here. Ooh. Alright, now I can see. See, by itself, it's not that bad. But when you combine it with everything else, I can for sure see why people would not love this. Now I gotta do the second one. Ooh. And I think the gliders can smell it because I have them in the pouch right now and they're moving around a lot. Maybe it's the sound of like the metal against the glass of this little jar, or they can smell it because I did give them some honey, so maybe they're thinking like, oh, he's gonna keep giving us little snacks while he's doing this. Sometimes when I am making their food, I'm guilty of giving them little snacks when I do it in between because I'm like, well, it's going to them anyway, so you might as well give them a little bit. Okay, so now it's in there. It smells freaking gross. Not my favorite, for sure. Okay, and the next, it calls for 1/4 cup of the wheat germ. So here's the wheat germ. Funny story, when I was in Walmart getting this, I couldn't find it, so I asked one of the workers there. I was like, hey, where's the wheat germ at? And he helped me find it. He's like, what are you using wheat germ for? Like, it's not really a common item. And I told him it was for gliders, and he was like, oh my gosh, my girlfriend, she has like 7 of them. She makes this exact same diet that you're making right now. It's the BML, and she swears by it. It's so great. And like, I figured that that's what you're using it for because not many people get wheat germ for different things. I was like, wow, that's so funny that you kind of had an inkling about what it was. So that was pretty cool to meet like another sugar glider person outside. But yeah, gonna use a little measuring cup and do a 1/4 cup of the wheat germ. I would just dip it in there, but the opening of this is pretty small, so okay, there's that. And just a little bit more because some stuck to the side, so I want to make sure they get all they need from it. That in there. And then it says a half a cup of the baby cereal. It's the baby cereal that I got. Again, it's the rice and it's the banana apple flavor. So we'll see if they dig that. Apparently, you could just get regular ones, like the regular flavor, but gliders apparently like the fruity flavors more, so I went with that. I was like, might as well get this something that they're gonna actually eat more of. Okay. And it's really fine powder, so if you're sensitive to like small things going up your nose, maybe back up a little bit because you can kind of see it going through the air. But yeah, add that to it. And from this point, you blend it all together, and that is all the ingredients. So I'm gonna blend it one last time, and then put it into little ice cubes for later use. Alright, you guys. When you are all done with your mixture, it should look something like this. Pretty thick consistency, but not like dense like a paste, more still like kind of like a liquid. And that's how it's going to melt when you feed it to them. Either you can feed it to them directly in its own separate bowl, or you can put it over their food. But to save it, oh, my cat is meowing. What, Theo? He's really got a lot to say right now. Oh my gosh, you got demon eyes. Eyes look so scary. Okay, anyway. So yeah, you put it into here, and you can put it directly over their food, or you can put it in its own separate container for them. I'm probably going to put it over the fruits and veggies that the BML calls for, and then just put them all mixed together. But to each their own. If you put it into ice cubes, this way you can freeze it and just thaw it out for whenever you need it for them next. So yeah, here's me doing that process. These ice cube trays were a little dirty, but that was from another batch of food I made for them, so it's really not that bad, and everything was frozen, so I will be cleaning these out afterwards, but for right now it's okay. As you can see, it makes a decent amount of food, and you feed them about half a cube of these each a night, so I'm just going to give them one full cube. And one full cube, I think that's about it. Stretch as far as you can go. So each one of these has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 2, so that's 16. That's 16 days right here, and then 7 more days on top of that. So it's a decent amount of food that should last a while. So this is how you create the BML, and I'm gonna put it in the freezer now so I can use it for later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to make the BML sugar glider diet. As I said, I've been getting a lot of questions about what diet I feed, and this is what I'm trying out now. I had previously done TPG and Critter Love, and between the two, between TPG and Critter Love, I definitely preferred TPG. Well, no, I'm sorry. My gliders preferred TPG. I preferred the Critter Love just because I felt like it did them really good for their coats and stuff like that. And I just felt like it was like a healthier choice. But we'll see how the BML works out. I am hopeful because I've heard really great things, and people say that their gliders really enjoy it. And as always, I'm going to give you guys a view of them before we sign off, just because I like to see the gliders in every glider video. They will show themselves. There's Mirage. Mirage is hanging out there. Maple is chilling somewhere in the back, but I'll get her out specifically because she doesn't mind when I pick her up out of the pouch. Right, Mapes? Here's Maple. It's probably smelling my fingers like, ooh, smells like BML. You're gonna get a nice scent of it. Oh. She's on my shoulder. My cat just jumped up, so she's like, what the heck is that? It's a cat. Hi, Mimi. She's doing good, though. And her nail injury is all healed, so everything with that is all good. Alright, Mapes, I'm gonna put you back in here now. So yeah, that's them, and that's how you make the BML diet. If you have any questions or want any other type of videos, definitely let me know. Also, it is important when you do feed the BML diet that you make sure you're giving fresh fruits and veggies. So each glider is supposed to get 1 tablespoon a night of the BML and another tablespoon of fresh veggies and fruit altogether. So 2 tablespoons total of their food, 1 of the BML, 1 of the veggies, and an ice cube tray. You should usually fill it up halfway, and that would be enough for 2 gliders per night, but I filled it up all the way. I'm just going to cut the cubes in 2 and divide them up that way. So I said it was about like 20 something days of food, or a little over a month, but I'm going to make it last, so it's about 2 months, just because I only have 2. Now if you have more than 2, that would probably last you a couple of weeks. So it just really all depends on how many gliders you have. And you can double up the batch or even triple it if you need more, just to account for your needs. But yeah, it's a pretty versatile diet. But it's strict, like it calls for specific things, but with how you can feed it, like the method, it's very convenient, and it also is very accessible. Like all the things you can get can be found easily at Walmart and at the PetSmart, so it's really great. So thank you guys for watching this video, and leave me some comments on what you would like to see. Bye!